Hey girl, it's your girl. What's going on? Everything, right? We can't even say nothing, girl, because everything is going on. Yeah, you know, I got my mask, I got my gloves on. I just been doing makeup drop-offs for tissue and, you know, the essential stuff. Like I did buy up some stuff, but it was because I know that I have a lot of people in my family that does not drive and that may not be able to get out. So with that being said, it's so important to me that I have the surplus that I can provide. And I hadn't really even been I didn't want to make a video about the coronavirus because I don't want to make a video about coronavirus, but today my heart was touched to make this video because there are many that are on lockdown. There's some on lockdown that, you know, you can still travel, essential traveling and stuff like that. But I want to say this. A lot of the times that we have a tendency to say or think that as long as my house is taken care of, I'm straight, I'm good, I don't need to go out, I ain't got nothing to do. No ma'am, no ma'am. Think again. No ma'am. That's not what my Bible tells me. You have elderly people, you have widows, you have people that are less fortunate than you that don't have anything. So don't pack out your house. Ha! Oh, I felt that. Don't pack out your house and not intend to share and not intend to look out for anybody. Let me tell you something. When this stuff first started, I've been trying to warn my family. Really, I started trying to warn my family members last year, and even people I knew, people I was working with, believe it or not, that because I had been doing like a lot of just reading up on stuff, and they were talking about stuff like this coming last year. So I was trying to tell everybody, even my husband, about preparing, and we need to make sure we got food, we need to make sure we got this, we got that. Nobody would listen, you know, or they would say, okay, yeah, you're right. Nobody prepared, nobody listened. So in the early part of just things just going on, I'm like, Chris, we might want to stock up. And even to my family member, hey, y'all, we need to, I'm like, really, y'all, let's go stock up, let's go buy. And believe it or not, they started listening to me. And so they were able to get a lot of things that they need, but by time running out, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, sometimes, you know, they're getting low on stock and stuff like that, because I have some people in my immediate family that don't drive, they don't have transportation. I have an aunt that cannot get out, that's elderly, that, I mean, she I don't want her out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'll take the risk so that she don't have to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? My mom is still mobile out and about. She needs to sit down somewhere. But when I go out to the store, I make calls around, okay, does anybody need anything? Because if anybody need anything, I'm going to pick it up while I'm out. And to be honest, I haven't even been charging nobody to give me nothing back. And that's really what I want to say to you, is that if you are fortunate enough, if God has blessed you enough, and you know what, I had a talk with God today, and I know that He's going to keep me safe throughout all of my travels and throughout my collecting of stuff, so that I can help somebody and I can give to people that can't get out or people that don't have the money to buy. And as long as I continue to keep that mentality and keep pushing on for that reason, He's going to make sure that He supplies me with my needs and what I need, and He's going to make sure that He take care of me. And you know, we got to just get to the point in life that even if we lose our life in the midst of trying to help somebody, that we would have done, and we're doing what God requires us to do. But to sit back and to know that there's people that, you know, your neighbors, your family members, your sister, your brother, your mother, and you won't even call them to see if they need anything, but you constantly out trying to buy yourself something. It's just me and my husband at my house. We have enough that I can say, you know what, we straight. I don't need nothing, so we don't need to go out. But no, ma'am, he continues to pick up stuff. I continue to pick up stuff because there's a greater need. There's a greater need. And I know that God is going to keep me safe. He's going to provide for me. He's going to continue to let my house be overrun and overflow, that I can be a blessing to others. Now, if I get to the point where because the day I was sitting, I was like, it's getting real serious, but you know what? I prayed about that thing, and I said, God, if you send me, I will go, because I know that you're gonna protect me, and I know that you're gonna provide for me, and I can't stress enough. Yes, I am. When I go in the store, I got my gloves on. I sanitize when I come out the store. I wipe everything down, because you know what? There is a ministry still that needs to go on through all of this. There's still a ministry that must take place and that must go on. If you can't get outside your four walls, then what are you doing? I call people every day, that my children, making sure they have, encouraging them to and the thing is that, yes, I always encourage my children to get to know God, to get closer to God, to spend time with Him. But now is a critical moment. It's a critical time that all the foolishness is cut out, and that we all do get in our houses. Now, I'm not going out just socializing, having fun, even with my family. I go make my drop-offs, do what I got to do, and I come on back to the house, which I'm headed back to the house now. But it's just because God, so many people have it mixed up. So many people think if I just get what I need and get in my house, I ain't got to. No, no, not when you know that you have people that need your help. Not when you know that you have people that are hungry. Not when you know that you have people that don't have. No, ma'am. Yes, you are to protect yourself, but if you have a calling on your life, and I know that I do, we also got to help somebody. If you're able-bodied, and I'm not talking to the people that their health, compromised health, you might have an illness going on, or you're sick. That's not what I'm talking about. But I am talking about the able-bodied people that can go out and can help somebody, but choose not to, or not. It's not even on your mind to think about calling somebody and say, hey, do you need anything? And I'm talking about the people that are less fortunate than you, and the people that cannot get out and move around. They cannot. Those are the people that I'm challenging today, that I'm talking to today. God don't bless you that you can keep it to yourself. He blesses you that you can be a blessing to other people. And trust me, if you trust in God, you believe in God, and you're on a mission, whether He keeps you from getting anything, or whether you get something in the process, you gotta have faith that God is able. And whether He heal you on this side, or if He heal you on the other side, then you are right either way. If you're covered by the blood of Jesus, then it does not matter to you. It should not matter to you. Now, I pray, ask God to keep me safe from this disease. I ask Him to keep my family safe from this virus and everything. But in the midst, you also got to know that if something happens to you on this side, you got to just trust God for a healing either way. And however He chooses to see fit to bless you or heal you, it's all right. If He heal you on this side, it's all right. If He heal you on the other side, it's all right. Because as long as you got Jesus, you don't need nobody else. And I feel that in my spirit today, because I feel like people are being selfish. I know people are being selfish. And you can't be selfish. And particularly at a time like this. If God is putting it on your heart to talk to somebody, your phone right now, especially if you are a child of God, if you can't get out, your phone should stay hot. You should stay in conversation. You should stay in prayer. It's so much you can do, because there's a lot of people that don't know God. That now is the time that they need to get to know Him. And now is the time that you can introduce God into somebody's life right now. It's time for God's children to get busy. It ain't time to get slack and go in your house and don't ever come out, or don't ever pick up your phone, or don't ever interact with nobody, or get caught up watching Netflix all day long. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. Now's the time to get busy. And this poly is killing me right now. But you know what? It's all right. God gonna work that out too. He really is. You know, I'm overfilled today. I've been just filled up today, because now is not the time to just throw in the towel. Now is not the time to get selfish. Now is the time to flourish and let people see the God in you. You've been talking about it long enough. You've been talking about it long enough. You've been preaching to people, teaching to people long enough. When are you going to put your money where your mouth is? I challenge you that if you are able-bodied today, even if it's not, I challenge you though, because God is challenging me in my spirit, talking to me. I challenge you to check on the elderly, check on the widows, check on the less fortunate. Just because people look like they might have, don't mean people have. Check on those people. Check on people. Even if you just call to say, hey, I just want to call to see how you doing. Do you need anything? My uncle lived in California. He lived here, he was here, but times got crazy, so he needed to go ahead and get to California with his wife and his kids. So he couldn't find no tissue. God went on a mission. And the thing is, the mission, the first day, God, let me tell you, God will use you, honey. Yes, he will, if you allow him to. I went to Walmart, and just so happened, and so when you see people that you say hoarding, some people are hoarding, but everybody ain't hoarding. God knows it's crazy, because I got to Walmart. This was like a couple weeks back. I got to Walmart. The shipment must have had just come in. I walked in. The man had the tissue on the pallet. There was a lot of people with tissue. I said, you know what? I better go on over there where the tissue is. I can get everything else later. I go over there. Pallets and pallets of tissue. I asked the man, I said, is there a limit? He was like, no, get as much as you want. God will use you if you allow him to use you. Girl, let me tell you something. I racked up on tissue and paper towels. But in my mind, I've never thought for a second that I'm racking up for me and for my household. I never thought about racking up for my household. My whole time I thought about buying so that when somebody run out, I got some. That's what I thought about the whole time. And let me tell you something. God will use you. He will allow you to be in the right place at the right time for the right moment and the right season. Girl, I racked up. I had so much tissue and paper towels. I went back a second time, tissue and paper towels, but I never thought about keeping it for my house. I never thought about it. My uncle, so he was going back to California, and so they couldn't find none. His wife called, was like, yo, we can't find no tissue. There's nothing out here. We can't find anything. Do you know, I had gave him some tissue for his house while he was here, because he couldn't find it. I gave him 12 rolls. He came back. He was like, he called me just talking. So he was like, babe, he said, I need to come down to your house because I got to get on the plane. And I know I had paper towels, I had wipes, I had alcohol, all this stuff. Because see, I'm stocking up when nobody's thinking about it. He said, I know you got everything I need to get on this plane. I said, yep, I sure do. So he came down. He got his wipes and alcohol. He got gloves and everything. And but I've been giving. And yes, my stock is running low. But you know what? I ain't even worried about it, because I know God is going to provide, honey. And so I hooked him up. I even gave him tissue to mail to California. Come on, help me, somebody. God would use you when you don't even know why you don't even know. I'm just getting stuff, because I'm like, if somebody need. And so I just took some more stuff, and yes, I'm running low, but you know what? God is going to provide. I have faith in my heart. God is going to still provide. I done gave my sons tissue, my daughter, I done gave everybody tissue. And it's okay, because God is going to replenish. And you know what, girl, let me tell you something. When I thought about the food getting low and all this stuff going on, God said to me, if I could feed thousands and thousands of people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, what you think I'm going to do for you? Girl, I almost lost it. Let me tell you something, because God will speak to you. He will speak to you. He'll give you what you need, when you need it, and how you need it. And I said, God, I thank you. Hallelujah. In the name of Jesus. Don't tell me that God won't provide. He gonna provide right now, because I don't care about my stock getting low. God is going to provide, because you know what? I'm not selfish. And he told me today that when you continue to give, I'll make sure you never run dry. He'll make sure I never run dry, because I give. I give. What have I been talking to y'all about throughout these fasts? If you've been rocking with me for a while and you have been rolling with me, what have I been saying? If you give. If you just give, I always give. I love to give. Just give. And if you give and you continue to give, God will make sure that your storehouse stay full. He will make sure that you have everything, not some of the things, but everything that you need. And it was just so important. I don't know, y'all, that I come on today to talk about this, because there is selfishness within my family. Is selfishness. It's time out for that. It's time for us to really come together as a nation and stand. It's time for us to stop being selfish and think about somebody other than yourself. Other than yourself. I went to Dollar General earlier. They had more paper towels. Of course, I'm not like, buying, and they didn't have a limit. They didn't tell me they had a limit. But I don't know about 2 packs, but I sent them away. With the other stuff that I sent it away. I didn't bring not one back to my house. I sent it away. Because God is going to provide for me, and that's all I need to know. That's all, girl. But I want you to understand this. Even if it's given of something that you have, your goods, share it. God will give you more. He will. He'll make sure that your storehouse stay full. Give it. If it's a phone call right now, because people are scared. People are running scared. My phone, I have never been on the phone probably as much as I have had to stay on the phone now, because people are scared. And God, if you listen, he'll tell you who to call, what to do. You got to stay on the phone with people. You got to stay in communication with people, because people are afraid. And if you are a child of God, let him use you right now. Get in your quiet space and ask God what it is that he will have for you to do. And when he tell you, do it. If he tells you to take somebody a loaf of bread, do it. I got up Saturday morning. We were low on bread. We had like 1 loaf of bread, and my husband eat bread like crazy. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get up. I woke up at 6 o'clock. Stores opened at 7. I was at Food Line by 7 o'clock. They ain't had no bread. I went to Walmart, but on my way, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm calling. Hey, do you need any bread? Hey, do you need anything? This is me. I put in my family page. Hey, I'm about to go out. Do anybody need anything? Let me know. My kids are like, Mom, really? I'm like, yeah, really. Hey, do anybody need anything? Anybody need anything? That's me. That's what I do. I'm going out. Do you need some? Hey, can you see if they got so and so and so? And I walked in there. The bread man had just come in. Help me lift Jesus. Won't he do it? The bread man had just come in. And you know what? Those are things we don't even think about. Those are things, you take for granted. But God said he will make sure that your house stay full. You will lack for nothing. And no, I ain't got food falling all over. But you know what? God's supplying my needs right now, and I thank him for it. And he'll supply your needs. But that's what it takes. Hey, you need anything? Don't forget to sanitize your phones as well. Honey, I stay sanitize this phone, but I got a Bluetooth that I keep when I'm out. I keep it on my ear, and that's I sanitize that. I sanitize my phone. Dude, now is a time to put your work in place. Put it in place. I stay on the phone calling, trying to see if somebody, okay, do you need some food? Okay, well, I'm going to arrange for somebody to bring, hey, you got something extra, somebody, hey, you have so-and-so and so, I know somebody that needs some canned stuff. You got some extra canned food? That's ministry. That's ministry. That's ministry. Hey, okay, let me call, see if so-and-so got so-and-so. If I ain't got it, let me make a phone call to see if somebody else have got it. And if I can't find nobody with it, let me suit up. Let me suit up. Yes, I have sanitized these gloves. Girl, I done sanitized these gloves and everything. If I can't find it, then God, okay, I hear you. I got to go out and get it. I got to go out and look for it. And I'm not afraid because I know God is going to take care of me. He is. That's the thing. We can't be so afraid. God does not give you a spirit of fear. He gives you power. And right now, find your strength in the Lord. Find your power in the Lord. Fear is not of God. If you fearful, you don't leave your house because you're so scared. Now, I can see if they put stuff in order, but there are times it's essential for you to get out your comfort zone. It's essential for you to come out of your house because you got work to do still, because God is still moving. God is not dead. It's not over. It's not over. Sanitize your purse. Sanitize your steering wheel. Pray over your stuff. God, hey, come on now. We're not crazy either. Pray about it. Trust God. But get out. Now is the time for you to get your ministry flowing. Let God flow through you. Let him use you. Because there is somebody that needs you. Trust me, in a time like God, there is somebody that needs you. Don't take it for granted that it's not, because it is. But I just want to encourage y'all. Come on here. Encourage you. Encourage you. I mean, hey, this is what it takes. This is what it takes. I want to encourage y'all. I do. But I want to encourage you not to be fearful. Don't be fearful. Don't be afraid. My grandma taught me one thing, because grandma was to the point where they were going to take off her toes, and she didn't want the toes. She didn't want it. And we was talking about the healing and, healing, God healing her. She said, honey, let me tell you something. If God don't heal me on this side, he'll heal me on the other side. And sometimes when your elders say stuff, you gotta think about it. And I was like, okay. And she said, honey, if he don't heal me on this side, he'll heal me on the other side. And my message to even my kids is that to be absent from the body, if you live right, is to be in the presence of the Lord. So when you go on your missions and you go out to do stuff, keep that in the back of your mind as well. Because now is the time for God's people to stand up. Not sit down, stand up. Because in your deliveries, there's ministry. There's ministry in your deliveries. In your phone calls, it's ministry. Put it to use. Put it to use to bless somebody. I want to encourage you that if you are feeling any kind of way, if you're nervous, if you're afraid or whatever, you can email me. I will call you. You can email me. I will, or leave a message below if you need prayer. I will pray for you. But you could call. Sometimes just talking to people will brighten up your day. It can move you from that fearful spot. Because the enemy wants us to be fearful, but we're not to be fearful. We are to put on the whole armor of God and live. Yet live. You know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't even go out the house that much. To be honest, I don't. I'm in the house most of the time. Now that I don't work. But I'll be on the phone a lot. I do. I'll be on the phone a lot. But there's just so much to be done. It's just so much to be done. But if you are in need of prayer, if you are feeling just overwhelmed, you can email me. You can email me if you want, or, you know, if you'd rather talk back. Some people like to communicate through email. I'm fine either one. But I'm here because there is a message from God. There is a message from God. There is a healing that needs to take place over this land. But it's just not from that virus. There is a healing that needs to take place over the land. And now is not the time to get quiet. Now is the time to rise to the occasion, thus saith the Lord. And I want to encourage you to just enjoy this time. Still away. Take these still away moments. These moments to still away. Get quiet. Talk to God. Meditate on His word. Meditate on what's going on. And don't be fearful. Trust. If you trust God, and anytime you start to get a little, you know, get in your word. There is scripture for times such as this. That God will keep you. He will lead you. He will guide you. But you got to trust Him. You got to trust Him. And after this is over, we should come out better. We should come out better when this is over. We should come out more polished. When's the last time you've been able to really just steal away and have quiet time with God? Sometimes there's so many distractions and so much going on. God will put it, you know, sometimes where you ain't got no choice but to get somewhere and sit down and listen to Him. Stop your foolishness. And think about, some people still doing a bunch of foolish stuff. But my time here is up. Let me get in the house. Wipe everything down. I ain't picked up nothing. But girl, I went got some wipes and loaded this bad boy down with alcohol, honey. And every time I get in this car, I was lucky enough to get alcohol. I have been able to fix alcohol packages for people. And I only had, y'all gonna laugh, I only had 2 big bottles of alcohol. But that alcohol has gone and is going a long ways. Because God is supplying. Y'all would think I got a house running over. I don't. But God is supplying. He's stretching. He's stretching what I had. He stretched what I had. He stretched what I had. And I'm telling y'all this because there is a message in all of it. We have to, your mission, start your mission now. Go on a mission for God. And He's going to tell you what to do. He'll tell you, your mission might not be my mission, but He'll tell you what to do. Who to contact, where you need to go, who you need to talk to. God will tell you. He will. Start your mission now. I challenge you. Start your mission. Pray to God. Ask Him, what is it? Because sometimes we already doing stuff. We don't know it's God working in us, but it's already set in motion. When I was picking up stuff, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I know that I might have to help somebody. No, I might have to give it to somebody. But, because I never thought about keeping it. And I ain't even got no money back. I didn't even ask God for no money back. I mean, I didn't ask. I just gave it away. I gave it. I just gave it away. But that's what's required. That's what God requires us to do. Anyway, girl, don't forget, my email is in the description bar below. If you want to put your email in, in the comments below or something, I'll email you. Or I know people don't want to put their phone number down, but, However, if you need anything, let me know. I'm here. All right, girl. Bye, girl.